Hello and welcome to Vancouver Carpenter. So, screws versus nails, which is stronger? Well, that's not a simple and short answer, so that's why I'm making a video. So what we have here is 3-inch Robertson screws, which for you Americans that don't know about it is a square-headed screw. I know you guys use Phillips or Torx, but up here in Canada, we have square ones. And I'm going to be using Paslode framing nails. So these nails are a little bit thinner gauge than the ones that you're going to be banging in by hand, like a big 3-inch spike. So these are still 3-inch nails, they're just a little bit thinner diameter. And a nail of this gauge is what any house that's been framed since the invention of nail guns is going to have in it. So right off the bat, let's cover the short, simple answer. Which one is a stronger material? Well, nails are, and there's a simple test to show you what that is. I'm going to put one screw halfway in and one nail halfway in on this piece of wood here. So, if you want to put your screw in, use a Robertson, not a Phillips. Robertson screws work a lot better with Robertson drill bits. So this is a shear strength test. This is going to be testing how much weight the screw or nail can hold coming down on it like this. So as if there was a piece of wood here that it was fastening, and how much weight can it take before the material breaks. So let's try the nail. It bends. Let's try the screw. So the screw actually broke because screws are hard and brittle, whereas this nail, I can just keep bending it. So this nail is going to keep on bending and bending. And what we can deduce by that is it would take way more weight to make this nail actually shear off and break than it did the screw. So as you can see, in terms of shear strength, not being able to be broken by a force that way, a nail is far superior. So you might be asking, well, then why don't they make screws out of the same material they make nails out of? Well, nails are much softer. So if you actually had a screw that was made out of the same material as a nail, what would happen is it would just twist and bend. So a screw actually has to be a harder material for the screw head to not strip out, and for this whole thing, like basically once you got about halfway in, the screw would heat up and it would just twist off and break if it was a nail material. So they both have to be different materials because they're for different purposes. Now that brings up the next question, where is a screw better than a nail is? Well, in withdrawal strength. So let's do another quick test to show you what I mean by that. All right, so this should be fun. So I'm gonna put this in right here, like so. One nail. Let's see what the withdrawal strength is of this nail. I'm 165 pounds. It's coming loose. I can assure you of that much. And I can easily, yoink. Actually, I pulled the nail right through. So the nail's actually doing pretty good. But you get the general idea. Let's put a screw in. That actually had a lot more withdrawal strength than I thought. It's this old dry wood. So one screw is definitely like a lot stronger. I can feel it. It's not wanting to let go as quickly. Let's do a better test. How's about if I do this? One nail here, one nail here. Now let's see how well this is gonna work. Oh! I just about gave myself a knee injury doing that. So the withdrawal strength is not very good because of the way I'm able to torque on it like that. Let's see if it's any better with screws. So now we're going to do the same thing, just with screws. And I got to be way more careful because I totally compressed my knees on that one. That really hurt. So that's a lot better. Hugely better, because it has way better withdrawal strength because of the threads of the screws. It also has really good strength this way. Like I can't pull it off like this. Whereas if it was nails, I could pull it right off. Really quickly, and on kind of a side note, if you have a support like this for holding something up, definitely not a human, right? And you want to make this really strong, it's pretty simple. Little block right here. Another block right here. That is strong. Be quiet, nail gun. You know, one of the #1 things I love about being a carpenter is the way it's taught me to think. So when you're framing, when you're building stuff, you have to learn, you know, you get to do all this sort of geometry and physics without actually knowing it. So the way I've learned how to use materials, the way I've learned how to think in terms of gravity and weight is one of the most valuable things that I've ever gotten from being a carpenter. Total side note from the subject we were actually talking about. Well, I hope that settles the question as to whether nails or screws are stronger. So they're both better for different things and they both have strength in different ways. Screws are hard and brittle and have great withdrawal strength. Nails are soft but strong and have really good shear strength. And because of the way everything gets locked in a house, like the way we build everything like a box and it gets locked in by plywood and by different framing members being perpendicular to each other, that makes it so that they can't ever withdraw. So the shear strength of the nail is adequate. And in fact, a house put together with nails is going to be way stronger than a house put together with screws. Because under the forces of something like an earthquake, you don't want to have brittle metals holding something together. Because that's going to be a crazy amount of shaking, and what you're going to need is shear strength in your fasteners under those conditions. Thanks for watching Vancouver Carpenter. I hope my knees recover from that, because I'm going skateboarding later today. Anyways, until the next video, you guys, hope you got something good out of this. Hope your project's going well.